Michael the baby pigman has been missing for a good while now, ever since Sam took him and hid him away from Rambo and Tubbo. And since Rambo was killed by Sam at the prison breakout, it is time for Michael to be retrieved. So let's talk about how Technoblade, Tubbo and Eret have teamed up to get him back. Now the stream starts off with Tubbo at Snowchester talking about how Snowchester was meant to be a safe haven, and how he has nothing now that Michael and Rambo are gone. He walks around Snowchester and then meets up with Technoblade, in which Technoblade gives Tubbo Rambo's axe. Now because of previous altercations that Tubbo and Technoblade have had, Tubbo chooses to apologize and make up so that they can get revenge together against Sam. If you do remember, Tubbo tried to execute Technoblade by dropping an anvil on his head. So it was a bit weird to see these two team up, especially with the history that they've had together. Technoblade and Tubbo then go and head over to Eret's castle and ask him where Michael is being kept. And Eret says that Michael is being kept somewhere safe after Satnap and George attempted to kill him. Tubbo and Techno don't believe that Michael is safe as long as he is near Sam, and they tell Eret about how Sam chose to kidnap him in order to stop Dream from breaking out of the prison. After hearing everything that Sam has done, Eret chooses to join Tubbo and Technoblade on their trip to get revenge, so they all head out in boats towards Sam's house. And once they arrive, they ask Sam where he is keeping Michael, but Sam refuses to tell them and even threatens to kill Michael. Sam mentions that he has built a safe place for Michael and that he is protected, but Tubbo doesn't really like this, and tells Sam that it's just not his choice to keep Michael hidden or not. So Tubbo makes Sam empty his entire inventory and forces him to show where Michael is being kept, and behind Sam's house is a little room in which Michael was in. Now a lot of people have been saying that this isn't the same Michael and things because he doesn't have a gold sword, and the reason he doesn't have a gold sword is because this version of Michael was spawned in creative. When you spawn a baby pigman in creative, they don't get the sword, and obviously it would have been incredibly hard to move Michael from Snowchester over to this place, as I mean it took a while to even get over there from Eret's castle, so to move Michael over there would have been a really hard task. Now after retrieving Michael, they decided that they needed to do something against Sam. Sam was getting away with way too much on the server, especially with letting Quackity torture Dream, the whole prison situation with killing Rambo and more. Sam needed a punishment, but Tubbo thought that death would have been too easy. He would have gotten away too easily, and instead Tubbo decides to use his own weapon against him. So Tubbo, Eret and Technoblade take Sam over to the prison in order to lock him up there. They arrive at the prison and go to one of the lockers, in which they find all of Rambo's old items before he was placed inside of the prison cell. This including all of his old netherite armor and a book that says do not read. They then proceed to head through the whole of the prison, with still relying on Sam to take them there. As you may know, to get through any of the doors of the prison, you will need a key card, and the key card can only be retrieved from one of the guards and Sam. So they have to rely on Sam to open up all of these doors, and it seems like he's trying to delay the whole situation. He keeps on looking at a clock that he has in his inventory and tries to make the whole process a lot slower than it should be, as if he's got a plan that relies on a certain amount of time. And this is where we come to Sam being placed inside of the main cell, and he keeps on asking if any of them have any fire res potions. Again, something that seems really suspicious, because why would he need to know that? And this is where Sam reveals that all of the key cards get reset every day at midnight, meaning that the only way to get out of the prison would be either to blow up the doors that you can't get through, or you're just kind of stuck there because of the lava and things like that. But obviously this is Technoblade, so he's not just going to stay in the prison overnight, and he chose to blow up every single door that was in his way so they could escape. The only issue they really had was the final portal to actually escape from the prison, in which they had to leave Eret behind because Eret had already put an enderpearl in an enderpearl stasis. Also, you need somebody on the other side to basically break the portal so you could teleport outside of the prison. Bit complicated, but I think I explained that alright. They all then head back to Sam's house so they can pick up Michael again and actually take him home. They decide that taking Michael to Technoblade's home is the best option, as it might be nearer and also kind of just easier to get to. So they grab Michael and put him in a boat, and they all sail across the sea towards Technoblade's house. And once they arrive, they see Ghost Boo. Now as we know, Rambo was killed, so now he is in his ghost form. So Ghost Boo acts a bit strange and he's not like his usual Rambo self, but you can tell that he's happy that Michael is finally home. And Michael will be staying with Ghost Boo until they manage to find a way to bring Rambo back. On screen should be my latest video whenever you're watching this, so make sure you click that video right now.